Okay, so just a quick one today. Uh, it being the weekend, and I got some stuff to do later on. Girlfriend and I are going to go see Avengers this afternoon, so then I finally don't have to worry about spoilers anymore. But I kind of wanted to play a little bit first, and this is Oculus Medium as opposed to Gravity Sketch. Kind of starting to like it more actually. For initially, I was like, it's okay, but I'm starting to find the power. It feels more like 3D coat, and I kind of dig on it. So first thing I got is just this straight up sphere. Yeah, and we'll set my space so that I'm flying correctly. Now let's set mirroring on. And where's my mirror? Do I have it on? Mirror. On. Let's see. No, I don't see a mirroring. Yeah, okay, no, I've got it. There it is. Alright. There's my mirror. It's just real subtle. Okay. And I'm going to actually just erase this whole... So I've got nothing. So, I'm going to start with, we're using just the clay tool. So it's a lot like, again, like ZBrush or 3D code for that. So, I'm going to click, and I've got my sphere set, and I'm going to go for a single hit, which means every time I press the trigger, it's just going to go once. And then make it bigger. And the neat thing you can do, I love this, you can reset where, so right now I see it's sort of rotating around the tip of that tool. I can move the tip of my tool, and now it'll rotate wherever I want it, which is super cool. Alright, so let's just make it kind of right in the center. And I'm on delete still. And when it's green, it's add. When it's red, it's delete. Okay, so we got a sphere. Now, rather than build more, I'm going to go over here to the move tool. And setting-wise for that, inner radius is 100, strength is 100, so it's going to be like a solid smush thing. Again, make it bigger. Reset my point. So let's just grab the back corner and pull it out. And I was doing along the axis, so it looks kind of normal. Let's shrink it down a little bit. And yep, cool, it's working. I don't know that I want to do that, I just wanted to test it. So let's actually go, and I'm going to try playing with this a little bit. Let's set the inner radius down, leave the strength up. This should make it so it does a little bit, yeah, it's kind of more of a soft pull. I'm not just doing like a soft brush. Pretty normal stuff. But we're just going to kind of build something relatively straightforward. Woo! And like always with this thing, I really don't know what I'm making yet, but no, we don't want that. That's cool though. Alright, so now let's go back to clay tool though. Now we got a little bit of a basic shape. And this is kind of the greeble method of building too, which I've always dug. So let's go back and we'll go to square for right now. And we'll go back to continuous. So now we can do that. Oh, and the other thing I want to do is I'm going to set on my, no, wrong button. Layers, I'm going to increase the res. Oh, yeah, it's thinking. I'm going to do it twice. Oh, no, let's try once. I might need to make it more, or I might need to go to another layer to add more stuff, but let's try that. Okay. So now, yeah, okay. Let's shrink that. Oh, where'd you go? Right, let's shrink our brush down. And add some shapes. And I don't really know what I'm doing at this point, but I kind of want to feel a little more organic. One of the vibes I was thinking of, it was kind of like a Miyazaki space or airship from like Nazca, which had like all those little like weird lumpy things. I'm sure it won't look like that, but that's like the starting thing I was kind of thinking of. And then we can, let's see, on top of just building into it, double click on the green button, the option button, and it changes it from add to remove. So then we can flatten my wing down a little bit. And let's do the same here. And then cut into it. No, I don't like that one. And then kind of the back. Just make it feel more techy, right? So get some wing thing going on. And then kind of gonna do the same thing up here. I'm just gonna and like I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be something. And make it bigger, and just cut. For my ship in, and yeah, I know it looks nasty. We're gonna smooth it in just a second. Although sometimes I like it looking a little nasty. That'd actually be super cool for the back. That's neat. Let me see if I can replicate that kind of on the back, because I like that. That was cool. Not exactly, but yeah, alright. I think I love about this kind of sculpting, it's the happy accents you get. So we got some kind of like back thing. You see, like I said with 3D coat or ZBrush, but more 3D coat, this is solid. This is not like surface modeling like Gravity Sketch. Like, this is a whole solid shape, which means you got to be a little careful because it can get kind of chunky and heavy resource-wise. So you want to be a little careful with things like the resolution. But I also want it to be small enough that you can see cool stuff when you do it. So fortunately, my machine is pretty badass. So, all right. So anyway, back to the front. Now, if you go and you click on the left for me trigger here, the bottom or top rather, it turns it from the clay tool to the smooth tool. So now I can smooth that down a lot. If I click on the strength 100%, setting to average. Yeah, okay, that's cool. So I just need to just beat on it some more. And the further away you go, actually, the bigger it gets and the stronger it is. So we're going to go with jaggies, and we're going to play with it more and add more tech back into it for sure. And then when you let go of it, it just goes straight back to the clay tool again. So we'll go back to build. Whoa, it's got googly eyes! Woohoo! And we need to give it some kind of a front end, though. Like, we're really particular about our ships. Like, they need to feel pointy. This is dumb, but that's too dumb. But rather than using one of these brushes, I'm going to go to one of the cool things, which is our stamps. So over here, there's like tons and tons of different stamps or greebles, essentially, that you can play with. So, let's just try something weird. Let's give it a... Let's go to bird skull. Sure. Make it big. And into the center. I'm going to set it to single stroke too, because I just want it to be like stamped bird skull. And I could probably turn off... Let's leave it on, because that's cool. Alright, that's bizarre looking, but kind of neat, I guess. Unfortunately, that's as big as I can make it on its own layer. Let's try something. I don't know if this will work or not, but let's see. Add a new layer. Increase the res twice. And go away. And then stamp our... Or not stamp in. Is it? Now, no, undo. You can make it right, center. That's kind of neat. Can I make it bigger now, though? I can make the whole ship bigger, but I just want to make just that one part bigger. I don't know how to do it yet. Oh well. Well, so we won't mess with that for right now. Go back and we'll just create on the current layer. I guess it can get bigger because it's lower res. But we're still going to kind of start with that as a bird shape. And then maybe now, let's go up to the move tool. And make it play it that way a little bit. I don't know. I'm not really trying to make it a bird, so it's kind of okay. Just gonna make this have a shape. I've wonked it out a lot, but we're gonna. I think we'll techie it a bit too, so it'll be okay. It's a bird. Okay, now. All right, so down to the bird shape, but now let's go back to play again, and excuse me. Let's go to our more mechanical bits, and I had this wing that I was kind of using before. Let's just use it for right now. So again, it's like I don't really like placing it this way, but I just click here, move it over there. Now I can place it that way, and that's much cooler. So we can place it kind of on the front. Wing. So now it's like more of a techie solid wing instead of that pulled out one that I made before. Oh, undo, redo. Okay. And again, like always, you resize it. So we're gonna kind of hide the edges a bit. And I have no idea why I have a bird on the front of the ship, by the way, but just in case you were wondering, I'm sure you weren't wondering. You're like, Seth, what the heck are you doing? But I kind of wanted to make some kind of like weird 80s He-Man kind of thing too. I'm definitely a child of my generation. I can't help it. So embrace it. I used to really worry a lot. I don't know if you guys do, but I used to worry a lot about like, will anyone think what I do is cool, or what if my stuff is weird? Well, my stuff is weird. That's okay. I am a product of my generation. I am a product of my background and what I have come from. But that's cool because it makes me uniquely me too, which is nice. You kind of want to be uniquely you. Why would you want to be Jamie Jones? You know, there already is a Jamie Jones. He's there. He's cool. Jamie's an awesome guy. But don't worry about being silly. Even if it might be silly. Some of this, I mean, like, I'm not saying every idea I have is cool. Some of them are freaking silly. But they're mine, you know, and I'm really kind of getting to the point where I like that. And you know, even in just the United States, there are 335 million people. Somebody in that crazy crowd is going to like what you do. I guarantee you, somebody is going to like it. So don't stress too much about, you know, is it good? Is it cool? Man, it's just not worth your time. I have friends that all they do is stress about am I making cool work, and I'm like, dude, make your work, and then it'll be cool, and then no one's going to worry about it. Yeah. There we go. Starting to integrate that. It looks like a big, you know, Hordak, Skeletor kind of thing going on there. But, you know, and this is sort of just, this is a lot of like what I do in 3D code. It's just Dribble building. So I'll use the same shape for a little while, and I think I'm going to turn on, I don't have it on continuous. Whoa. Continuous. And now, see if we can make some kind of like extrusions with it. Well, that's kind of bone-like. I don't know that I like it there, but it's kind of a neat idea. That kind of a weird bioorganic kind of ribbing thing. Let's try a different brush again. This is the other thing. It's kind of like Photoshop, man. You just switch brushes a whole bunch. And I don't know what I'm going to use, and I don't know why I want to use them, but we got like a little, oh, it's a halo head. All right, no. But but different choices will give you different things. It's kind of like a missile pod. I like missile pods. There's like the 3 rocket pod. There's a 6 rocket pod that I also have used a lot in this tool that I like. So again, I can place it in the front. Let's shrink it down. Oh, and I'm on continuous, so aren't I? Yep, single. Back to single. Make it a bit bigger. Rocket pod. I am so 80s, it's disgusting. And then let's just go big fuck off rocket pod. Yes. Okay. This is ridiculous, but fun. I'm enjoying it, so I hope you are. Now I'm gonna go continuous with the square again, and I'm gonna go back to delete, and I'm gonna cut into my shape. I don't know that much, but yeah, it's all right. Let's work with it and see what happens. That's too much. I like having some hull of some kind. Little techie things. Oh, can't turn around. I gotta be a little careful in my space because my apartment's not huge. My sensors are not super far apart, so if I don't face my computer, sometimes it doesn't recognize that I'm moving. Which kind of freaked me out the first time I started lagging. Like, what the heck's going on? Like, oh wait, I just need to be sure that I'm facing the right way. Not that. And no. Yes. Alright. Woo! This is definitely an evil 80s vessel. So 80s it has a spoiler. I mean, come on. I'll get more. One thing I learned as a child, if it has a spoiler, it is cool. Unless it's a movie, and then that sucks. Shh. Yes. Bad dad jokes. So it's like a kind of like a crest to this. Like you're thinking of this like a weird bird, and from the front, it looks like it's tail feathers. It's kind of neat. And look at the silhouette down there on the ground. It looks like an 80s again Veritech fighter, kind of heavy and badass looking. Like, okay, cool. I can dig on that. We got some missile pods. I want to put something down here in this front area, though. It feels a little empty to me. So let's go back to stamps and maybe that. Am I on continuous or yeah, back to single and back to green? So I don't want to place it like that. Make it a little bigger so I can figure out what it's doing, and then there. And shrink it down a little bit. Alright, yep, that does it. Cool. That does not do it. And shrink it down a little bit. Let's use it to cut out now. Again, getting too close to my edge. Back up a little bit. Oh, it's just a hole because it's not. But undo. So again, take it to there. Flip it around. Now I'm going to cut into it. And I'll get that line, and that's cool. That I like. No, not there though. But maybe there? Yeah, sure. It's not precise, but again, who cares? These things in the front, this is the cool thing about medium versus gravity sketches. I do kind of want a hole there now, because I kind of want that to be like a gun or something. So I could use this one, but let's just go pull a nice round capsule. Ooh, everyone loves a capsule. Make it big. Grab by the end, and I'm on erase still. A little smaller. Cool. I'm gonna go out of single so I can push into it more. Continuous mode. too much. Let's take both of them out. Get down a little bit. Too much. Subtlety. Not centered. This may take me a second. Make it way bigger. I always forget you can do this. I'm like, I don't need to guess. That's cool enough. Yeah, alright, now I feel like they have some form. And again, cut into there. And cut lines. These cut lines are cool. Not there though. Shrink it down. Yeah. Maybe make it bigger again. I like what it does. Do I like what it does there? Yeah, kinda. We'll leave it there. Now, see, look, this one's not as good as Gravity Sketch. It's like those just really free drawing lines. This is way more like sculpting and less like drawing. So I feel like this one gives me more precise results, but a little, sometimes you don't want precise results, so I'm really glad I have both, because I feel like I will definitely use both. But if I knew what I wanted, I think this is a better tool, though, probably. And I'm going to leave that empty in the front, like right there, because I kind of want to have some areas of rest. Let's take it real big, look up underneath it. How are we feeling? I'm going to smooth that, I think. So again, that's better. Yeah. And I want to smooth that a little bit. That's better. Whee! This ship is huge. I'm actually gonna smooth out those, I guess they're probably teeth, but, and then I'll have to make it that way a little bit. So out of my space, back into my space. There we go. Now the nose is kind of better. Yeah. So I could work on this one for a lot longer, but I mean, it's Sunday morning and I got Avengers to prepare for, so I think we're going to call it pretty soon here now. Just cop them a little more cut lines. And I don't know what that does. Go away. It's gone now. Let's smooth that tail down, though. That's a little bothering me. Yeah, that's cool. So, it's silly. I give you that it's silly. I'm not going to argue that one in any way, but, you know, hey, it's, every once in a while, you just need silly. Or at least I do. So now that we have that, then just export. It's cool. It tells you, so it's what? 4.2 million triangles? I can handle that into KeyShot, so that's cool. Export, and it gives you, it pre-names it with like your username, the date and time, which is fine. I could make more than that, but it's kind of good. And then it thinks and gives you these like 3 happy smiley faces, and it's decimating the geometry. And it's done. And yeah, so now we have the weird bird ship bomber from Skeletor. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Again, as per normal, I'll render it in KeyShot with some textures and put it up in the comments. If you have anything you'd like to see me try to play with in the future, I kind of think I'm going to do one of these every morning. Just either leave me a comment or send me a direct message or whatever, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, thanks again. All right, bye-bye.